What if I was in Ben 10 Classic? And no, this is not my real voice. I just use a voice changer, and no, this is not AI created. Everything you heard in this video is made by me. Because I sometimes makes mistakes. Now let's start the story. Based of my real life self. A normal 15-year-old boy is about to cross the street. But a drunk truck driver hit me so fast I can't even react. And after that I see only the light. And I see a guy that have wings come near me and said, "You knew this would never happen if you just looked both ways crossing the road. Kid, you're too young to pass away for just this type of scenarios. How about this? I'll give you a second chance in life, but in a different reality, if you accept it." And I replied, "Yes, I hope I can be in an awesome reality." And when I opened my eyes again, I see that I am in a house. That is in a room. Immediately stand up of the bed that I was laying down on. And see myself in a reflection. I have a normal black hair and brown eyes and wearing my usual red jacket, white t-shirt, blue pants, black shoes. And looking around found a piece of paper that is on the floor and picking it up and said, "This reality you're on is the Ben 10 universe. Just remember your name is Jack in this reality, not Kid Spider." After finish reading it, I go to the kitchen and see my parents. I have a father and mother and a little brother. And I realized that my little brother is Ben 10, but having knowledge of the story I just stayed calm. And eventually summer arrived, and knowing taking the Omnitrix might affect future in my life, I just let Ben take the Omnitrix. And just be a spectator from afar. After all the chaos by Velgax robots. The story just continue. But the only different I am just there watching. Mostly hidden. Or just assisting in small things like calling the 911. Or helping the people to evacuate. Either way I am just a side character in Ben 10. But eventually summer is over. And sometimes I just focus both homework and YouTube. And few years later, I am a famous YouTuber named Jack, but still called myself Kid Spider. Ben sometimes also take advantage of my status. And I am always the one that defend Ben when he is taking for a villain or just a monster. And eventually Ben decided to remove the Omnitrix and try to have a normal life. Just like me. And when Ben decided to put the Omnitrix back again, Gramba Max is missing. And Kevin 11 joined our team. As a good guy. Few weeks later, Ben is now an unknown mystery for solving. And another weeks later Albedo eventually showed up to take the Omnitrix. It is later discovered that Albedo used to be a Galvan that is actually a gray matter. Now he is stuck as Ben's form. And he wanted the Omnitrix to fix himself, but Albedo also have another Omnitrix. That makes himself suspicious by everything he says. And top of that he is hostile. And attacked Ben. Because Ben refused to let Albedo take his Omnitrix. And they fight. And Ben time out in the middle of a battle. But Albedo is overconfident. And decided to fight Ben as human. And their Omnitrix get stuck to each other. And now Albedo changed to red jacket and white hair and red eyes. And changed to his Omnitrix to red in this version. And the moment their Omnitrix is unstuck, Azmat arrived by a flash of green light. And Azmat argued at Albedo because he tried to take the Omnitrix from Ben. And later discovered, if Ben's Omnitrix was forced removed, it will self-destruct, and will destroy the universe. And after that Azmat take Albedo's Omnitrix by voice command in this version. And give it to me, but only this time it will not do same as Albedo by changing my looks. And Albedo was taken by Azmat by a flash of green light. And now I have a Omnitrix same as Ben's. But the only thing that has changed is by the color and less function and unlimited time transformation. And now news of us as aliens are more frequently reported around the world. But my personal life was not changed. However, I sometimes less and less focused by my school studies. And my YouTube career is just the same. Making a rumors about me. In school not focusing my studies. Only focusing my YouTube career. Making my parents to act and grounded me on YouTube. And try to delete my YouTube channel. But I have planned ahead. And straight up password my devices that is connected to my YouTube channel. Making my parents even more angry. and personally ground me in weeks. But I also planned ahead, and showed my parents my grade report. That still said I am still good at my grades, making the rumors broken. And keeping my YouTube channel all because of brainstorm smarts. And after that, a few months later, Albedo eventually came back for revenge and remake Omnitrix. But the only thing is changed, that Albedo created a version of Omnitrix named the Ultimatrix. Albedo also team up with Velgax and try to trap us. But me and Ben team up, and knowing Kevin and Gwen is captured because of Albedo. Gramba Max warned us that it's a trap. And we are surprised when we knew Albedo have another Omnitrix. But not me, just acting to not make myself suspicious. By Ben or anybody else. Albedo transformed to alien. And not just that. Albedo ultimate that alien to something more powerful. And become ultimate. We battle with numbers over power. But eventually we are cornered. And have to decide to choose saving Kevin and Gwen or they die. By the hands of Velgax. And we surrender, giving up our Omnitrix. We all left. Before Velgax get a smart idea and just kills us all. And after that Ben is sad. Not just because Ben let take both of our Omnitrix. But we lost. And Ben decided to call out to Azmat. And Azmat appeared. By a green flash of light. And talked to Ben for a while. After that Ben knew what he have to do. We all come back to the battlefield. Just to see Velgax betraying Albedo. Taking the original Omnitrix. And leaving the copy Omnitrix left. And the Ultimatrix to Albedo just so he can't even use it. Because he can't reach toward his creations. Because he is tied up. And separating his arms in a different direction. Ben confront Velgax. And said, "If you give up now I will not destroy you." Velgax laugh and laugh. And says, "How can you possibly even destroy me if you haven't even have power? I have the Omnitrix. You can't do anything." But Ben said, "Yes I can self-destruct the Omnitrix that you are wearing right now." And Velgax not believe it, just try to kill all of them by his robots. But Ben activate the self-destruct mode. Toward his own Omnitrix. That is Velgax is wearing right now. By voice command that he learned. And the countdown of the self-destruct mode activate. But Velgax still not believing it. And said, "You're bluffing." And Ben replied no. And Velgax said, "If you truly going to self-destruct the Omnitrix, the universe will be destroyed as well." And Ben replied, "Only if I set the timer long enough to a day, but I only set it to a few seconds, only you will be damaged." And the Omnitrix explode. And Velgax's arm is in absolute pain. And try kill them all by his robots, but Kevin and Gwen already handled it. By no choice Velgax planned to escape by his spaceship. And left, but all of us followed him. And enter Velgax's spaceship. But Velgax is still strong enough to kill one person. And tried to kill me. But Gwen stopped him by her mana shield. Saving my life. And after this is all is happening, Ben threat Albedo to willing give his Omnitrix and Ultimatrix. That actually worked. And now Ben planned to give me back my Omnitrix and give himself the Ultimatrix. And together we defeat Velgax. And next day later news of me and Ben is exposed as the mysterious aliens that is active around the world. But me being already famous make me more famous. And making me more money. At the point I am rich. And other heroes try to recruit me but I denied. But for Ben it's the opposite of it. He is still famous. But not rich. And have some hated people on Ben. But still have a small group of Ben that still support him. As a fans. And we later figured out who was the one that exposed us. A little fanboy of Ben tried to help Ben make him famous. But it's more beneficial for me more than Ben. But Ben forgave him. And we eventually become known as the Alien Brothers. And Ben are given the chance to be in a game, but it's eventually a trap of a guy who hated Ben. But we defeat him. And because of me being a YouTuber I already have a game of my own. And sometimes I make movies. By my connections. By being a YouTuber. And a few months later Ben and his relationship of Julie's has started to get bad. And knowing of the future of the Ben 10 show they're eventually going to break up. That saddened me. Knowing if I do anything active now I might just make it worse. And later a new villain is on Earth eventually. And be planned to take away of the powers of the Celestial Sapien. That is actually Alien X. And me having knowledge of everything. We managed to stop him. But Albedo is back. But instead getting revenge. He just became a daredevil of Ben, meaning just copied Ben. But Albedo is acting as Ben as a live-action stadium, and we managed to come and see everything of his performance. And later we discovered that Albedo is not actually doing this to be famous. Instead he only do this because he needs the materials and parts to make a machine. And at first we are informed it's to turn everyone to Ben. But knowing it's actually to make Albedo himself normal again. And I said to everyone, it's super stupid if he actually used it for something to make other people suffer instead making himself normal. And hearing my words they all trusted me, and we just watched from afar. And they all see the truth. And after that we informed Azmat that what Albedo done to himself. After informing Azmat he said, let him be that way. After that a demon tried to take over the world. But me and Ben eventually stop him. And after the battle Azmat now by a flash of green light is here. Planned to give Ben a new Omnitrix. The latest model. But for me Azmat just promised me something better, and this is the end of the What If. Tell me in the comments if you still want me to continue the story or move on to another story. Now goodbye.